Hi friends, in today's session let us see what are resources of our Karnataka. Before going to start our lesson, now let us see a geographical location of our India and our Karnataka also. Now let us begin. Our India is situated in southern part of Asian continent. Here is a map of India. It is a peninsular region. In western side we see Arabian Sea is there. In eastern part we see Bay of Bengal is there. In southern part we see Indian Ocean is there. In India, our Karnataka is situated in southwestern part of peninsular region. While we are studying about water resources of our Karnataka, it is more important to learn about the physiogeographic situation of our state. Now let's begin water resources of our Karnataka. In the water resources of Karnataka, we see mainly as a rivers of our Karnataka. We are all know that the rivers were the main source of water. The rivers of Karnataka can be divided into two parts. First one is eastern flowing rivers and the second one is western flowing rivers. Now let's see our first group is eastern flowing river. The Krishna, the Kaveri, the Pennar and the Palar rivers flows in the eastern wards. It was joined into the Bay of Bengal. Krishna is the second important river of our South India and it takes birth at Mahabaleshwar and it flows 1392 kilometers eastward to join the Bay of Bengal. But it flows 480 kilometers only in our Karnataka. Its main tributaries are Bhima, Koyana, Tungabhadra, Ghattaprabha, Mallaprabha are the major tributaries of this Krishna river. Their main uses were irrigation for agricultural facility and hydroelectric power generation. From the Krishna river system, it have benefited in the North Karnataka. Our another major important river was Kaveri. It is also known as Dakshina Ganga. It originated from the Talukaveri in Kodagu district. It flows 804 kilometers throughout our Karnataka and Tamil Nadu eastward and joined to the Bay of Bengal. It flows only for 380 kilometers in our Karnataka and main tributaries of these rivers are Hemavati, Harangai, Lokapavani, Arkavati, Shimsha, Lakshmana Tirtha, Kapila, Suvarnavati and Bhavani. This river was most useful for irrigation purpose and used for agricultural purpose also and power generation and drinking water supply. Pennar and Palar rivers which are flows throughout the district of Kolar, Tumkur, Bengaluru and then enter to the Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. It was northern Pennar and southern Pennar are the two separate rivers. The river Pennar is also called as a Pennakini. The southern Pennar is also known as the Pennarier in Tamil Nadu. Now let's see our second group of rivers. Those are the western flowing rivers. Many rivers rises in Malnad region. Many rivers are rises in the Malnad region. Those rivers are flows westward and they are joined to the Arabian Sea. For example, Sharavati, Kali, Gangavali, Netravati, Varahi, Aghanashini. They flows down to the steep slope and they are created waterfalls and they also help to the protection of hydroelectric power generation. Jog Falls on the Shravati river, it is a world famous and it is the highest waterfall of our India. Its height is 290 meters. Now let's see some important waterfalls of our western flowing rivers. Those were the Gokak on Ghattaprabha river, Bandhaji on Netravati river, Unachali on Aghanashini river, Chaya Bhagwati on Don river, Chunchunkatte, Shimsha, Aganachuki, Bharachuki on Kaveri river, Magadu waterfalls on Bedti river. Those are all waterfalls of our Karnataka. The Kaveri river has three islands. Those are Srirangapatna, Shivana Samudra and Sriranga. Now let's see some important information about our Karnataka's rivers. Those are the river Mallaprabha joins the Krishna river at Kudala Sangama. Kudali is the confluence of Tungabhadra river. Hemavati river joins the Kaveri near Krishnaraj Sagar Dam. Those are all the important information about rivers of our Karnataka. If you want any explanation in other languages, you can tell in the comment box. Thank you for watching this.